Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the ultra adorable Pod Express from line 6. I don't think there is any argument to say that the original Pod really put line 6 on the map as a company, but really got guitar, digital, anything to be taken even remotely seriously. And they have a new product called the Pod Express. It's awesome, it's small, it's compact, it's also not expensive. We're gonna check it out today. Now, before we go any further, this is a sponsored video. Line 6 asked me to show you guys the Pod Express. All thoughts and opinions are still mine. So for those of you who remember the Pod series, there was also a Pocket Pod, which was an ultra compact, lightweight, simplistic, boiled down version of the original Pod product line. You can think of the Pod Express as kind of the modern version of the Pocket Pod, but for the Helix. This uses the HX architecture and tones slammed into basically a pedal housing. This is powered by AA batteries, and it even has a little Walkman side volume on the side. It's awesome. So like I said before, the Pod Express is meant to be an extremely compact, simplified version of the best things from the Helix line, the HX architecture of tones and guitar products, right? So everything that line 6 has learned, from the big rack mount unit to the floor unit to everything in between, the HX stomps, is all in here. Now, do not let the size of the Pod Express fool you. There's dual left and right outputs, USB connection for the upcoming desktop software. There is a tap tempo, there's even a looper. Now, each of the dials on the Pod Express, representing distortion, modulation, delay, reverb, and amp, you can best think of these knobs as the OG knobs on the original line 6 Spider series, right? These are the digital knobs that can be controlled, and basically as you're sweeping through, you're gonna get different levels of an effect. For example, the modulation is going to go from chorus, it's going to step up and up and up, and then when you go over to the flanger, it's gonna start at the bass and have the lightest amount of flanging and then step up from there, just like the original Spider amplifiers did. However, you are actually able to go into each individual preset and tweak the various tones if you'd like. Let's hear these in the context of a mix, yeah? Okay, so now it's time for the playthrough. The best way to show you how this works and how to navigate this is just to kind of turn some knobs and strum a guitar. So that's what I'm gonna do. This video wasn't really meant to be like a master manual on how to use this thing, because I don't think it needs to be that. This is such a simplistic thing once you kind of get into it and figure out how to get into the preset mode, which we will do in just a second, and then get out of it, and then tweak some effects, and then save that preset. So that's exactly what we're gonna do in the playthrough section. Let's do a playthrough. All right, so I have the Pod Express here on the desk. Real quickly, we have labeled controls for distortion, modulation, delay, and reverb. If I want to go into the preset mode, I simply press the tap and the on function at the same time. We are now in preset mode, right? So I can just keep selecting and infinitely go through various presets. However, we'll get there. First, here's the current tone I'm working with. This is the same one I used to record with. Now, because I'm not in preset mode, I can go ahead and tweak any of the given settings. Now, for example, if I want to decrease my amount of distortion, you will see intuitively that the main ring light on the amp knob is going to then change the color of the distortion and let me know how much gain I am dialing in. Does that make sense? So now let's go into preset mode, and now all of those settings are just gonna get washed away because I didn't save it. However, I wanna scroll through some presets and just see what tones await me. So now that we're on this preset, I re-clicked out of it using the on and tap functions, right? I double clicked them. Now I can tweak this preset. I can now go ahead and change the amplifier I'm using as well. Now, if I want to go ahead and save it, I'm just going to hold down on the amp. Where do I want to save it? Yeah, sure, lead's fine. And there we go. That is the Line 6 Pod Express. So what do I think? I mean, this thing's 179 bucks. Honestly, I know this is not necessarily meant for like a gigging guitarist. However, if you set up your tones ahead of time, you could absolutely use this as a real inexpensive fly rig and put, you know, a power amp to it, or just go straight to house if you have like an in-ear monitoring system. If you're a bassist, which I will note, there's also the Pod Express bass version as well. You could use this and just put it in your backpack and use this as your rig. Easy squeezy. You don't even have to have a power supply. It runs off AA batteries. How cool is this thing? I absolutely love the execution of the Pod Express. I love that it's pretty inexpensive. I mean, 179 bucks for this? Come on. This is just a lot of fun. It's very simple and I like it. It's very, very refreshing. No menus, no LED screens, nothing, just good old fashioned knobs, and I'm here for it. I will link down below in the description if you'd like to know more about the new Pod Express. And while you're down there, feel free to click that subscribe button. You've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.